Sunday afternoon, the Bears were in Lake Charles, Louisiana to take on the McNeese State Cowboys. You go into this game knowing you need to kind of put a wraps on. Patrick Richard did a good job, great job in the first half holding him.
Wow, you know, Patrick Richard has done a great job, has a great career at McNeese State, the reigning conference player of the year, and we wanted to pay attention to him a lot there in the first half, really the whole game, and our guys really took the challenge defensively to try to take him out of his game. I think he was 0 for 8 in the first half, and you know, did a good job of defending him, but you know, he's a great player, and he's going to always find a way to make his team better.
McNeese State, a school with great tradition. Joe Dumars, they've had some great teams over the years.
Yes, they have. You know, I also, you know, I was at the Detroit Pistons organization in the NBA, so I had a chance to work closely with Joe Dumars. I've talked to him a few times. His brother's a coach there, so you know, they definitely have a good tradition there, and they've done a great job with their program.
Another good start against the Cowboys.
Yes, got off to another good start. I mean, Anthony Borden, he started the game off and scoring inside. Like I said, you know, he's been playing well as of late. Unfortunately, you know, got himself in foul trouble. Quentin Miles, who was attacking the glass, scoring for us. Our pressure was working, and you know, things got off to a good start. I thought we were headed towards an opportunity to win a game.
Boy, the combination of two Arkansas guys, DeJuan Claiborne and Jarvis Garner, lit it up from three-point range. Garner had an incredible game, 26 minutes, 11 rebounds, 22 points, couple of assists. You can't get much better than that.
Well, you know, Jarvis hasn't been playing well as of late. You know, we took him out of the starting lineup. Nothing that he has done wrong, you know, just as far as matchup reasons. And we inserted him back into the lineup for this game, and Jarvis really stepped up for us and played an excellent game. Challenged our big guys to crash the boards, and he took that challenge on head first and came up with 11 rebounds. And DeJuan Claiborne really shot the ball well for us. I think he was 4 of 9 from the three-point line, and he had 4 assists. So, you know, with their play, it gave us an opportunity to be right there at the end of the game, and just couldn't get over the hump.
Where does a performance like that come from a player like Garner? Did he hit his first shot, or could you get the sense that he was in the game more than he had been in the past? Or
yeah, well, you know, Jarvis has the ability to knock down shots, and when he's scoring earlier for us, though, I think when I know he's going to have a good game is when he's attacking the glass. You know, when he's getting rebounds and putbacks, then I know he's really into it. He has a tendency to float sometimes and settle for the jump shot and forget about the skills he has to attack the basket. But when I know he's attacking the basket, that really sets us up and lets us know that he's ready to really play some ball that day.
No, I looked at one stat that kind of bothered me as a UCA fan. As a head coach, I probably would have got tossed out. And I don't want you to complain about the officiating, but 40 free throws from McNeese State, 8 for the Bears. Did you just not attack the hoop?
Can't say we didn't attack the hoop. Maybe we didn't attack it strong enough, you know. And I told our guys too, you know, you have to be able to adjust to the flow of the game or how the game is being called. May have been some questionable calls, but when you realize that that's how the game is going to be officiated, then you have to make the proper adjustments as a player. And you know, maybe I can't get close to a guy or touch someone. But you know, I haven't been a part of a game where another team has shot 40 free throws and another team has only shot 8. Maybe they weren't playing defense, or maybe we were just shooting bad shots. I'm not sure, but you know, hopefully that's not the case on Wednesday. Maybe we can change that.
You're right in the game. Midway through the second half, they started to pull away.
Yes, I mean you know, we're right there. We start the second half off. We give up a 3-point shot. They go up 10, and it was just a pattern. We kept battling back. We battled back within 6, and then we'd have a costly turnover or a foul or a bad shot, and they boost the lead back up to 10, 12. I think they even got as high as 14. And once again, we were able to cut it within 6, I think, with a minute to go. And, you know, had a turnover, and we couldn't convert that turnover into points for us. I think we either took a bad shot or gave it back to them, and they just closed it out.
You talk about fouls, and you know, the disparity 40-8, but then you talk 3 early ones on Anthony Borden that really limited his minutes, and he played so well on Wednesday night. That really hurt your overall game, especially defensively.
It did. It really hurt our game a lot. You know, Anthony, with the way he's been playing, the aggressiveness that he's brought to the court, we really missed him out there on the court, you know, on Sunday. We needed him out there patrolling the paint to help alter shots as they were driving to the basket. And Also, he's been able to score the basketball for us. So we definitely missed Anthony and also Mark Rutledge. There was some questions there as far as who had how many fouls. I think we had a few errors there in the book, and ended up having Mark Rutledge on the bench when he could have been in the game because we thought he had 4 fouls at certain points of the game.
It'll change the way a guy plays when he has 3 or 4 fouls. He won't be as aggressive as, starting a game.
Right. And, you get in foul trouble. You have some guys who can continue to play at a high level and can stay away from fouls, but then you have others who kind of get tentative and shy away from contact or try to avoid that next foul. And the funny thing about it is when you do get tentative and try to avoid the foul, you end up picking the foul up. So, our guys have to do a better job of adjusting to the officiating, but also learning how to play when you do have a number of fouls.
As a coach, how much does it help you knowing you have a player like LaQuinton Miles who's going to show up every night?
It helps a lot. Because we know we can count on Q to give us anywhere from 16 to 20 points a game. And, when you have that ability, a person who has that ability to perform for you, it makes it a little easier for you offensively because you can depend on his scoring. And he does so many other things. He crashes the boards. He has the ability to play the passing lanes well, and the reason why he's leading the league in steals right now. So when he's on the top of his game, our team is really playing well.
You game plan for Richard. Do you find other teams now game planning for Miles?
Yes, Miles had to make that adjustment early on. The first few conference games, he really struggled. Teams were really paying attention to detail as far as his strengths and weaknesses and his tendencies. So it took him a couple of games to understand how teams were going to play him, and he's kind of bounced back from that and understands what to expect. And I think Robert Crawford is experiencing that now. He started off well in conference play with knocking down shots. Teams are really running him off the three-point line and trying to be physical and keep him from catching the ball. So he has some adjusting to do as well.
I heard Mike Anderson say yesterday that he's almost more concerned now with his team. He wants the wins, but getting better. And he noticed at Alabama that they probably got a little better. Do you feel the same way about your team? Obviously, you want to pick up the wins, but hey, we're getting better.
Right. Our staff, we constantly remind ourselves of that because all of us want to be winners. I want to win every game, but when we look at the big picture, we want to know: are we improving? Are we getting better? Are our players improving their skill or their knowledge of the game? And we've seen that. We've seen the growth. We've seen the progression. So not to say we're one for moral victories, but when you do see that, it's very encouraging knowing that when you go to practice the next day, you have something to build on and work for.
I'll talk about defending the home court. I guess that's a must right now.
It is a must for us, and that's something we talked about early in the year. Is we have to develop a culture here at home where we're going to defend on our home court and make sure this is a tough place to play, and we need to do that in order to be competitive in conference.
Big week of basketball coming up here at the Ferris Center. We'll preview 2 big games coming up next on the UCA Basketball Report.
Yeah, we did a lot of extensive running. I think there's no team in the Southland Conference more condition-wise better than us right now. We did a lot of weight training also, running on the track, running on the soccer field, stuff like that. We went through a lot, so we, Coach always spoke a lot about having something to draw back on, having something to pull from, and during the course of a game, you always know in the back of your head that, hey, I've ran 3 miles, I've ran sprints on the track. I always have something to pull from, so.
We know that the fourth quarter is going to be our quarter. That's, in the previous quarters, other teams might get ahead of us, might get more points, that we might have lapses, but in the fourth quarter we know that we're coming out strong, we're not tired, we're ready to go, and that comes out as an advantage to us in that aspect because we press all game usually, and we're still going by that time, so we're used to it.
We did a regimen of spark training, and I felt like it helped me a lot with my quick twitch muscles. In basketball, you have to be able to react, and there's a lot of different footwork type of things that give you an extra advantage, and the spark training helped us with that.
I feel like that helped us a lot in our footwork, in our speed, cutting to the basket. I think it helped with just keeping us in shape also. That was also tough, and I enjoyed it because it got me a chance to get my feet quicker and to be able to slide quicker and defend better. And I think it's gonna, I think it paid off this year and it'll pay off in the future.
Welcome back to the UCA Basketball Report. Let's talk a little about conditioning. My daughter runs, and she said during the summer she could see a bunch of tall guys running the streets of Conway. Come good distance runners?
Yes, yeah, we do quite a bit of running, and learned that from the best, Coach Richardson. He made sure we were in shape to play the game of basketball the way we wanted to play. And our off-season program, it's pretty brutal. Our guys really have to get out there and run hard, and something I learned from Coach Richardson is to get our guys to work hard early in the preseason. We talk about our motto, die early, live later, and that's what it's about. It's about dying early, sacrificing your body, working hard in the preseason so that when the season comes around, you're able to be productive and be successful, and that's part of living later. So we definitely push our guys to work hard, and then when you get in a tough situation in the game, you can look back at that conditioning. This is what we worked hard for, and these are the moments that our conditioning comes back and helps us with.
Can you talk about one player that's benefited from being in better shape here this season?
Oh yes, I think Anthony Borden. He said he's been in the best shape of his life, and that's evident by how hard he's playing now, how he's able to run up and down the court. I think LaQuinton Miles also is the hardest he's ever worked before too, and as evident, you can see how these guys are performing and playing well this season. And at the end of the games, you don't see them, bending over, grabbing their shorts as much. They're able to get stronger as the game gets longer.
You mentioned Anthony Borden. Let's look at our play of the week and the big guy getting up.
Oh yes, he does a great job for us. He's playing well, and threw that alley-oop to him, and kind of rocked the house. I thought that was going to be a momentum builder for us to propel us forward, but just weren't able to finish.
And plays like that can, give some team some extra juice on the road.
Oh, it does. It does. You make plays like that, especially in the other team's gym, and sometimes you even hear their fans, go ooh or ah, and then it builds that confidence and momentum for you.
Player of the week, another Arkansas guy, Jarvis Garner, had a terrific game. McNeese, 22 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. And I know you'd like him to pick up where he left off Wednesday night right here.
Oh, we definitely need Jarvis to come out and play well for us Wednesday night. He had a monster game for us on Sunday. Told him, we expect the same performance on Wednesday. We can't have him being up and down. He has to be consistent for us, and I think he'll be able to accept that challenge and come out and play well.
Log Cabin stat of the week. Let's hope the conference office reads this stat in the Log Cabin Democrat. McNeese State free throw line, 40 free throws. UCA's just 8.
Wow.
Hard to overcome.
It is. It's very hard to overcome. You can't put yourself in that position to give the other team 40 free throws, but hopefully we can adjust better to the officiating and not make those fouls, and maybe we can attack the basket a little stronger to boost our numbers up.
2 very difficult games this week at the Ferris Center. Wednesday night, a team that owes you one.
Oh yes, yeah. Northwestern, they're our divisional leader in conference, and we were able to beat them on their home court. So they'll definitely be focused, ready to come in and try to get that game back that we took from them at their place. But after losing 3 games, we have to have even more focus than them. We have to be able to defend our home court, but also stop this losing streak to get back on the right path.
Now, what problems do they present?
Wow, you got William Mosley, who was the player of the week this week in our conference. He's 6'7", but he plays like he's 6'10", 7 feet. He's leading the league, and I think the nation in blocking shots. He also rebounds well, and he's going to promote a big problem for us. We have to be able to attack the basket and not worry about him, but still play our game offensively and then defensively. We've got a couple of guards who we have to really key in on and make sure we can keep them out of the paint.
And Saturday night, you play the best in the conference.
Yes, we play the best in the conference. They're riding an 11-game winning streak, maybe 12 by the time we play them. So, UT Arlington's always been tough. They beat us pretty bad at their place last year. We've gotten better, but of course they're playing just as well as they were last year and even better. So it's going to be a tough matchup, and we definitely looking forward to having our fans out to support us and give us that boost that we need to compete.
Yeah, talk about the atmosphere in here. I look at the improvements. Looks great. We saw what it can do and help a team with the girls, that great win over here over McNeese State, and it'd be nice to come back a week later and shock Texas Arlington.
Man, that would be awesome, to beat the #1 team in your league here on your home court. Our fans have been great for us this year. The atmosphere is wonderful. It's improving by each game. With the women playing well, with the way we're playing now, fans are enjoying the basketball game. So we really want to get them back out Saturday to help us get a win.
All right, well, I've enjoyed it. We'll have more fun next week with a couple of wins.
There we go. Appreciate it, Steve.
Support the Bears coming up Wednesday here against Northwestern State, then Saturday against league leader Texas Arlington. You've been watching the UCA Basketball Report.